We're going to take a look at a handful of plays of Brian Robinson's game. You can see him here against Denver, and you can see he does a nice job of getting downhill, and because he's a big, sturdy back, he's going to get help from his lineman to get a push. But what impresses me about Robinson is his footwork. Watch the feet into the hole. See how he gets the knees high there? Knees and feet are high. He's going to run through trash that way. Pads are low. When he finishes, gets into the defensive back, and you can see that allows him to stay upright. And now it's a push between offensive linemen and defensive backs. You know who's going to win that battle for extra yardage. Let's watch him against a defense that didn't get pounded by the Miami Dolphins here. A good Buffalo defense. And you can see he has good feet to press downhill into the crease. He keeps his feet high through traffic. See how he's keeping the feet and knees high even if he's, bounced up against the backside of his blocker. Drops his pads and is able to extend through. He's a tough yardage runner. He has good cuts downhill. Watch this cut one more time where he transitions downhill with 2 steps. Gets downhill. Watch the feet. Clearing the feet of his blocker there, being able to stay away from getting tripped up. Get downhill for 5. And unless you're a nose tackle coming off of a block and hitting Robinson high, it doesn't matter what level of the defense you are wrapping him high. He is going to plow through you and forward downhill. Number 50 shedding his block, wraps high. Robinson gets the push, then gets some help from one of his other linemen for really what amounts to an extra 5-6 yards, 6 yards, 6 yards after wrapped by this defensive end. And of course he's getting the help with his line. Again, healthy line, good offensive line, powerful runner, keeps his feet up, keeps his balance, and strong. Gotta like that. Again, look at the feet. Not about the speed and quickness. He's got enough quickness and speed to play in the NFL. He wouldn't be here if he didn't. What you see is look at the ability to sit down, bend at the hips, make this nice deep pressure cut right here, tight to his line. That's a great press, because if he tried to bounce early, he's going to end up running into the penetration off the edge, or one-on-one against this interior penetration if he bounces to the right side. So cut back or bounce, he's screwed. But what he does is he gets downhill past them, and he presses within really a step at best of his blocker, and he's able to keep his feet and cut off of that, change stride lengths, and now he's downhill with the linebacker coming down, makes that nice cut, slips him again, knees high. Watch the knees get high against this linebacker right here. See? Clears the trash. Sets up another block downhill with number 85, Cole Turner. See how he presses the outside shoulder, gets that defensive back flowing downhill, and then cuts back in? A lot of good quality techniques on this play where he could have been stopped in the backfield, and he gains 23 yards. It's not just about speed with running backs. In fact, it's about footwork, vision, understanding your blocking scheme, and setting up blockers and being able to read the field and make quick reactions to it. And he processes information very well. Let's look at it one more time from this point of view. This is duo, double teams right here. There's the mesh point. The edge defender is trying to account for the quarterback here, but look, he splits these 2 guys, presses deep, cuts nicely off of that high knees and feet to get through the trash of the linebacker, keeps his balance, presses the outside shoulder of Turner, and then gets downhill and gets another 7 or 8 yards off of that. Like I said, big backs with good feet. LeGarrette Blount was one of these types of runners. Jerome Bettis was one of these types of runners. Brian Robinson, absolutely one of these types of runners. Look at the line here. Not much of a push. He gets downhill within about a step, maybe 2. Look at him open the toe. Points that toe to the boundary. That opens his hips so that he can flip his hips and accelerate to the outside and get around two defenders that looked like they had the angle on them. And he turns this into a 13-yard gain. Look at it one more time here. Opens the hips, bounces it outside, slips a wrap attempt low, because again, good feet to stay high. Watch him kick up the knee. First knee kicks up that other knee right there. Runs with high knees and feet. That pulls you through contact. Alvin Kamara is great at it. He's a great textbook example of it. Brian Robinson, much bigger back, does it well too. And that gets him downhill. Let's look at it from this point of view. Look at that. When you have fluid hips like that, you can press deep, draw defenders in, and it gives you an enhanced ability to bounce outside, even if you're not fast. There's a lot of fast backs who don't do this well, and they get caught in the backfield. But now he's got those hips turned, he can accelerate through it. High knees, high feet. 13 yards.